power came back at 2:07, and then my internet came back at 3:15. I'm just glad I finally got my power back. Finally. Oh, come on. There we go. So I'm trying to put in the rules for the chat. Hi, Chickapee, how you doing? So yeah. Anyway, happy Pride Month to you too. So anyway, as many of you doing good, that's good. As many of you know, I had a power outage today. My power went off at 6:18 a.m. and it finally came back at 2:07 p.m. Yeah, around 6:15 this morning, I went to the bathroom, and then 3 minutes later, I heard what sounded like a boom or a crash, like literally outside my neighborhood. I heard that, and then seconds later, my power went out. So I didn't know what happened until yeah. Everyone's okay. Yeah, me too. My power's back now, and my internet's back up. My internet's back up and running again, thankfully. If that sucks, yeah, it does. Yeah, I had a power outage that lasted nearly. I had a power outage that lasted nearly 8 hours. I lost power for nearly 8 hours. Yeah, excuse me. I mean, you're on the bus, okay? Hey, Saratoga, how you doing? I mean, it's been a long day for all of us. It's been a very, very long day, to say the least. I mean, yeah. Some people are not guilty though. Oh, yeah. My power outage. Honestly, the cause of the outage was a car had evidently ran into a power pole and resulted in an outage. Like not only was my house affected, but my whole neighborhood was, and the street that leads to my neighborhood was out of power too. Glad you're okay. Me not. Yeah. That was reason for the outage. There's a car accident that car ran into a pole. I think a utility pole, and then yeah, that was nuts. So yeah, but yeah, hold on. Yeah, it was my first power outage, and it was the first time I lost power for that long in a while. You had that happen twice, like here at your camp. Oh wow. Yeah, I woke up at 6 to go to the bathroom. Then not long after, my power went out. So I was watching TV to help me fall back to sleep. But then all of a sudden, I heard a loud noise outside. And then, like literally seconds later, my power went out. Those damn idiots hit freaking pole and killed some people. Well, I don't think they're. I don't think. Well, I don't think they're. I don't think anyone died. I don't think anyone died. Yeah, I don't think anyone died from the accident. At least I hope not. At least I hope no one died. But but the only information we have is that there's an accident on the street on the road that leads to my neighborhood, knocking out power which knocked out power to several areas on that road, and my whole neighborhood was without power all day. Yeah. Yeah. There's damage. Yeah. Again, I don't think anyone died. I don't think anyone died. So Thankfully, but you never know who died from hitting a pole, and people who possibly died from no power. Who knows? Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, that's possible too, but you know, that remains to be seen. So yeah. But we didn't get much information other than the fact that, you know, about the we never yeah, they think, yeah. I mean, I don't know if they did it by accident or on purpose. I mean, it's very possible that the guy, hit the car hit the pole by. I think it might have been an accident. You never know. I mean, but whether it was deliberate or intentional, whether it was deliberate or not. Are you in Georgia? All right. Please, no personal information. I'm not giving out personal information. I'm in Pennsylvania, but I'm in Pennsylvania, but please don't ask your personal. Please no personal info. So, yes, no personal info. Exactly. Yeah. Hey Nova Kolavec, how you doing? So anyway, yeah. They basically what happened to me today. You know, I had a power outage that lasted nearly 8 hours, and I mean, it was a long day. With I had to literally limit the amount of time on my electronic devices, because we did not know how long the power outage would last. So we had to conserve them. We had to conserve the power on our electronic devices, just because we didn't know how long that power outage would last, and you know, yeah. You're gonna give one of your info for Pride Week and that I'm bisexual. I don't think we need to know that, honestly. But anyway, so yeah. I mean, the last 24 hours have been, you know, it's been a lot for me because I had a migraine. I had a migraine yesterday. I had a migraine yesterday afternoon. I mean, I feel better. I feel better now, but and then just as I got better, we had a power outage today. So that was just, yeah, been a very weird day today. Been a very weird day. Some might call it a weird Wednesday. Because today's Wednesday, and the power went out. So yeah, I call it a weird Wednesday if you ask me. But honestly, this is the first time I've had a power outage that's lasted for hours. This is the first time in years that I've had a power outage last for hours. No, I mean, I'm fine. I'm fine now. I just meant what I meant to say was just as I got better, the power went out. So yeah, I mean, just one thing after another. It's just one thing after another. I mean, that's my takeaway here. You know, had a migraine yesterday, and I got better this morning. I got better this morning, and then we had the power outage, and a lot of things have been happening lately. Weird week for you, yeah, pretty much. But anyway, hate those damn migraines, yeah, yeah. I was literally upstairs in bed at 8:30 p.m. last night. I was literally up in bed by like 8 or 8:30 p.m. last night. So, but yeah, testing week and cleanup week for you. Okay, yeah. So it's just been a weird week. So yeah, but could have been worse. It could have been worse. I might put your might put your server up on Friday for 5 weeks. Okay. So yeah. So yeah. So it's a little over 80. It's a little over 80 degrees for me outside. It's a little over 80 degrees for me. So yeah. So it's not too bad outside, but it's gonna get hotter beginning tomorrow. Hi, Howie Speeder, how you doing? So yeah, today was just today was really a weird day with the power outage, and it's the first time in years that I've had a power outage last hours in a long time. I mean, the last time I lost power for more than an hour was during Hurricane Sandy in 2012. Doing a good thing in the house, yeah. Yeah, it's very chilly here in my basement. It's very chilly here, down here in my basement, but it's warm outside, so yeah. So yeah. I mean, that's good. It's the only hot day for this week, but you're going to stay cool, yeah. Excuse me. So yeah, I'm supposed to hit. Sorry, I'm supposed to hit 90 degrees or higher tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. So this could potentially be my second heat wave of the year. This could be my second heat wave of the year. I already had my first heat wave back. I've already had my first heat wave of the year back in May. Just a couple weeks ago, actually. So, you're dealing with 390-degree weather starting tomorrow? Yeah, so am I. So am I. Never had yours? Okay. For right now, yeah. I mean, before you know it, Chicopee, you're gonna get your first heat wave before you know it. And I'm already getting hints of a possible heat wave late next week. So this could end up being a hot summer. You never know. This could end up being a hot summer this year. Hopefully, we don't have a heat wave. Yeah. I mean, it's possible that we might get something. I mean, there might be a heat wave next week too. Later next week. So yeah. So I just have a gut feeling. I have a gut feeling that I might have a hot summer coming. Because my second heat wave could occur tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. I think it's possible for you because of the hot and cold mixed weather you've had. Yeah, I mean, I had some pretty chilly temps over the weekend. I mean, I only hit 65 on Saturday, and then I went down to 37 degrees Sunday morning. Yeah, I went down to 37 Sunday morning before going to the 70s Sunday afternoon. So, yeah. And I think I went down to 38 on Tuesday morning. So, and then got warm again. So, yeah. It's been, it's been going from hot to cold. So, but honestly, I would rather have this power outage today than during a heat wave, because if you have a power outage during a heat wave, that's not good. That's not good. If you have a power outage during a heat wave, that's not good. Because you lose your air conditioning, and it would not be good. But my power came back at 2:07 p.m. So, yeah. So, yeah, excuse me. So, anyway. So, good news is, I'm getting a job soon. So, wait, 2 hours ago? Yeah. Power came back at 2:07 p.m. So, a little over an hour and a half ago. So, pretty soon I'm gonna be, a greeter at a bank. Pretty soon, so I'll be a greeter, and you know, it'll be for like twice a week, 7 hours a day. So yeah, I'm starting off small, then working my way up to bigger jobs down the line. You turn your fan, okay. So yeah, it's gonna get hot at some point. So yeah. It's gonna get hot tomorrow, Friday, Saturday. And so it's a chance it might hit 90 or above. I mean, yeah, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, which would be my second heat wave of the year. So yeah, if right now the sun is out for me, the sun is currently out for me. And it's a very nice day outside. I mean, in fact, earlier I caught my dog laying on the grass. I caught my dog laying on the grass. Yeah, he likes to roar. So yeah. Yeah, yeah. But yeah. And so we're getting back to normalcy right now. Right now, after the power outage we had. So yeah, like I said, yeah. If you had some random back pain from you watching a line on your cafeteria, you don't know why, and stuffy nose, and you forgetting your water bottle today. Oh, okay, sorry to hear that. Yeah, I had a sudden migraine yesterday, so I got social group yesterday, and then I had a migraine, so I left social group at noon, and then went up to bed. So yeah, yesterday was yeah, I did not feel good yesterday, but I feel better now. So so yeah, so we're getting back to normalcy again. So yeah. And so, like I said, it was not fun having to, you know, limit time on our devices. So yeah, but it had to be done because we did not know how long the power outage would last. So yeah. And so yeah. So anyway, I have the Weather Channel on right now. So yeah. And so this is local on the 8th right now, and the humidity is only 20%. The humidity is only 21%. Checking out your house right now. Okay. Yeah, the humidity is very low right now at 21%. So it's not humid. So, oh, huh. Okay, so the Weather Channel had a little bit of a glitch right there. Okay, they just switched to the satellite forecast. Yeah, yep, they had a little malfunction. Alright, so they dropped the temperature actually for tomorrow to 88, but it's still gonna be 90 or higher Friday and Saturday. Yeah. So, as many of you know, the Atlantic hurricane season started yesterday. The Atlantic hurricane season started on Monday. Actually, the Atlantic hurricane season started on Monday this week. So, yeah. So anyway, New Orleans is changed for weekend downpours. So, yeah. Yeah, so there's a high pressure zone that's actually, feeding in, some southwesterly winds. Dang it, not good temps, that's for sure, yeah. You can see, yeah, there's some winds coming from the southwest, so that's, that's gonna be that's responsible for, the hot temperatures. So, yeah, it's also gonna bring some rain and storms on the Gulf Coast. So, yeah. And I'm supposed to get some showers on Sunday. Meanwhile, you can see the Gulf, these areas in the plains, yeah. I hope Floridians are prepared and ready for the hurricane season. Me too. Yeah, me too. I mean, I do know that Jamaica is still recovering from Hurricane Melissa. I do know that Jamaica is still recovering from Hurricane Melissa back in late October. If you remember, Hurricane Melissa was a monster Category 5 hurricane when it slammed Jamaica. So yeah, they are. Yeah, they sure are. They're still recovering. I mean, it's gonna take years for them to recover because from that hurricane that slammed Jamaica, Hurricane Melissa. So I mean, they happened back in late October. I mean, it's been now. Hold on. Over 7 months. Over 7 months since Jamaica was slammed by Hurricane Melissa. It was crazy. I kept praying for them. I kept praying for Jamaica because that area was devastated by Melissa. In fact, I have a friend who was supposed to go to Jamaica for her vacation back in November, but then she had to change her but then she had to rethink it because my friend had to rethink her trip to Jamaica because that area was devastated. I mean, she eventually went to. I mean, but thankfully she was able to change her destination. My friend was able to change her destination. Instead of going to Jamaica, she went to Mexico. So yeah, at least she was able to change her destination. After Hurricane Melissa slammed Jamaica. They had two hurricanes in a week in Florida. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that was nuts. I mean, when I saw the strength of Hurricane Melissa, I knew it was not looking good for Jamaica. So meanwhile, there's a threat for severe weather in the upper plains on Friday. You can see, but so yeah. So your front's gonna deliver cooler temps and lower dew points in the Midwest. So, hey Misty, how you doing? So yeah. I mean, yeah. So hopefully this hurricane season won't be too bad. I mean, but there's always a chance it could be bad. The green area trying to get in your area for Friday. Okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, while Jamaica got slammed by Hurricane Melissa in late October, my area got hit by a storm too in late October. After Melissa devastated Jamaica, a different storm system hit my area, the day before Halloween. The day before Halloween of 2025, my area got 3 inches of rain on October 30th, 2025. So yeah, that was I mean, it was needed because we were in a drought, and we're still in a drought right now. So yeah. And then my area had a windy Halloween. It was very windy on Halloween for me. So they sent it into Hannibal and Quincy, Illinois, very close to you, 30 minutes away. Okay. Yeah, so yeah. Anyway, I'm doing a chat. We're doing a chat right now because my area had a my house we had a power outage today. My whole neighborhood was without power today. All right. Okay, there we go. It was windy feet. Right, there we go. Sorry, I got disconnected for a minute there. It was for you two, Wendy, on Halloween. That's for sure. Yeah, it definitely was. So there's going to be a Street Super Killer to in South Dakota. Yeah, I did see that. I didn't really pay attention to the weather too much today, honestly. I should. I should. Oh, oh shoot! Hold on a sec, guys. Hold on. There we go. Anyway, yeah. So like I said, I didn't really pay attention too much with today's weather because my power is out today, and my power went out today after 6 a.m. and then come back after 2 p.m. So yeah. Yeah, 50 mile per hour winds like Halloween in a wind advisory. Yeah, me too. I had wind gusts over 50 miles per hour on Halloween. I had wind gusts over 50 miles per hour today well, actually on Halloween. I meant Halloween. I had 50 mile per hour winds. You felt like a storm was coming for you. Both a winter storm and a thunderstorm was coming for you. It was brutal. Yeah. So yeah. I mean, but honestly, that rain that we had in late October before Halloween was a godsend because we needed the rain. And we still need the rain because we've had some dry spells this spring too. Yeah, really good thunderstorm a couple days ago. It died before it made it to you. Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, the sun is out today and it's beautiful outside. So yeah. So meanwhile, let me just pull something up on my computer. Hold on. Alright, so meanwhile, hold on. So there's currently an 80% chance for a severe weather watch in southeastern North Dakota and parts of South Dakota and far western Minnesota. Blizzard in 2020 to 2021, 10 to 14 inches of snow, and a tree limb almost took out your mom's car. Oh, wow. Wow. You had an EF5 tornado in 2011 in Springfield, Massachusetts when you were 3 years old when it happened. I think it was an EF3, actually. I think it was an EF3, not EF5. The highest snowfall in your area, like 2014 or something, 24 to 25 plus inches of snow. Yikes! My biggest snow on record. My biggest snow on record was January 2016. Remember it was EF3? Yeah, it was. Yeah. My biggest snowfall on record was late January 2016. Late January 2016. My area had the biggest snowfall on record with I think I had 36 or 38 inches, something like that. I had at least 36 inches. I had at least 36 inches of snow from one storm in late January 2016. That was nuts. Yeah, we were snowed in for a couple days. So yeah. But 2013, 2014 was a very active season for me. 2013 to 2014 was a very active season for me. Couldn't even walk outside and get born in that. Oh wow. Yeah, the 2013-2014 winter gave me over 100 inches of snow that winter. The 2013-2014 winter gave me over 100 inches of snow. I'm not kidding. We actually got that much in one season. That was crazy. I mean, we had 9 snow days that year. 9 snow days. In 2013-2014 school year, our school year at the time got extended by a week. That was not fun. That was a downside about those snow days. I mean, back then we had actual snow days. So, this year's snow year was brutal. Yeah, it was. My area got nearly 51 inches. I got nearly 51 inches of snow this past winter. So yeah, we had 13 inches in one storm in late January and 11 inches from one storm in late February. So I mean, after the January winter storm, it got brutally cold. You got under severe thunderstorm like a couple days ago, 2 days, you got some crazy lightning that knocked out your whole street internet. Your power went out a couple minutes. Oh wow. Yeah, a couple minutes. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. So. Yeah. I mean, I do remember with the late February storm. I had a blizzard warning in late February. I had a blizzard warning in late February. Late February was when I had, a blizzard warning. So yeah. I mean, I was near the edge of the blizzard warning, but still, I was still technically in the blizzard warning. Got into the freaking negatives and snow was so high it was hard to walk with ice and so make it brutal. You know how you would able to, and high school concession. Oh, okay, this year, yeah. But I do remember. But yeah, I also had an extreme cold warning. In February. I had an extreme cold warning in February. I think it was February 7th, I think it was. February 7th. Yeah, February 7th was when I had an extreme cold warning. You believe Winter Storm Blair was the lowest temperature at minus 30 or lower? Yikes. Yeah. I mean, I think the lowest temperature for me, and it was not the wind chill, it was negative 8 degrees. It was negative 8 degrees on the morning of January 21st. January 21st, I had a low of minus 8. So, in January and February, it was negative 30 degrees. Now I'm kidding. I believe that. I believe that, Chicopee. I believe that. I mean, I do with the February, the cold spell on February 7th. The cold spell on February 7th. I was stuck in the single digits all day. On February 7th with wind chills near negative 30, and the winds were high, so it was very brutal. And you have freezing rain and sleet with that winter storm warning, extreme cold warning, winter weather advisory, and more. Yeah, sleet. Yeah. I mean, I do remember we had sleet. Even though it was below 10 degrees. There was one time in January, my area had sleet, even though it was in the single digits. So that was nuts. You hear what you're working when it happened? Yikes. Yeah. My power was flickering. My power flickered on February 7th, but it did not completely go out. It did not completely go out. But still, I kept getting nervous that we were going to lose power, but we didn't at that time. 57 mile per hour winds easily. Zero visibility, yeah. Yeah, so we definitely had our fair share of snow and cold this past winter. Yeah. We definitely had our fair share of, snow and extreme cold. Your power did not go out when it happened in your area, but you was nervous and parents were too, but it didn't. Yeah. I mean, who can blame you for being nervous? I mean, who can blame you for being nervous? Because, yeah, that was bad. It was very windy and very cold. Multiple times past winter. Your highest heat record here is like 106 to 112 degrees plus. Wow. And your air conditioner went out. Yikes. Wow. That's nuts. Yeah. I mean, the hottest temperature I've ever had in my hometown was on July 22nd, 2011. July 22nd, 2011, my hometown hit 107 degrees. I hit 107 degrees in late July 2011. I was in Boston at that time. And it also hit 107 in Boston in late July 2011. I was up there, and we had a drier heat, but it was still 107 degrees, so the drier heat did not make a difference. That was your depression era? You're not even kidding. You're not in the best mood from the moment of February. Yeah, I remember Chicopee. I hope everything's okay for you now. What time that your power went out? Hey, Fire Agent EAS. My power went out at 6:18 a.m. My power went out at 6:18 a.m. And then it came back on at 2:07 p.m. So it lasted almost 8 hours. So it was crazy. It went for days, and you was going on summer break. Oh wow, like a 1 or 2 day clock, and it stayed out for 4 days or 2. Okay. So meanwhile, Nebraska, there's some hail moving across, Nebraska right now. You can see some pop-up hail near, yeah, that area. You believe 4 days until we get someone to fix it? Okay. So right now we have a severe thunderstorm warning in Beaver County, Oklahoma, until 3:45 p.m. Central Time. So there's some severe thunderstorm warnings popping up right now in the plains. So there's a threat for hail today in that area, with even the potential for 2-inch diameter hail or greater. And there's even a tornado threat with the highest potential in South Dakota. You're looking at spring. Your mood have shifted to good, and plus you having an actual girlfriend was a lucky pull. Not gonna lie. Okay, that's good. Yeah. So yeah. You didn't think you would have one? Okay. So yeah. And so meanwhile, oh yeah. Alright, so you can see Tropical Storm Amanda has formed in the Pacific. We were still doing 90s at the end of June, y'all, and July, August. Gonna be 89 and 90 there? Okay. Yeah, so, anyway, Tropical Storm Amanda has formed in the Pacific. Right now, just hundreds of miles west of Mexico. Well, southwest of Mexico, I should say. And 2 areas to watch in the Pacific from there. So, it's just, yeah. Yeah, hurricane season has begun, so hopefully, yeah. Hopefully we don't have too bad of a season this year. Hopefully, I know Hurricane Aaron made some impacts on North Carolina back in August. Hurricane Aaron never made landfall in North Carolina, but it still brought impacts to that area. The barrier islands were affected. So yeah, with very high surf, coastal flooding, beach erosion, with the season from a couple days ago, yeah. If you remember last year in August, Hurricane Aaron hit parts of North Carolina. Affected parts of North Carolina, so with beach erosion and stuff like that. So yeah. So, and I know the peak of hurricane season comes in August and September. Into this year's storms, yeah. Who's ready for FIFA World Cup? I am. Who did y'all think was gonna win this one? I don't know. So yeah. So yeah. So like I said, this year we'll wait and see what happens with hurricane season. It could be active, it could be dull. You never know. Yeah. So yeah. Alright, I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back, guys. I'm sorry. I just had to run to the bathroom, that's all. But I'm back. Wouldn't be surprised to see an intense maybe volunteer in South Dakota if the lunch super show just going, yeah. Hey, Central Kansas, how you doing? Thinking 4 different countries: Germany, UK, England, and Australia for who's gonna win for the FIFA World Cup champions. Yeah. So yeah. So South Central Kansas. Hey, Central Kansas. So I didn't. So per the title, I lost power earlier today. For those who just came on, I lost power this morning at 6:18 a.m. At 6:18 a.m., I lost power, and then, it lasted for nearly 8 hours. It finally came back on at 2:07 p.m. Eastern Time. So it was out for nearly 8 hours, and it took my internet a little over an hour to come back. It took my internet like little over an hour to come back. You know, like after the power came back on. So that's basically the story of my day. So yeah, it was nuts. I mean, my whole neighborhood was without power. So it's just it's been a weird day to say the least. After losing power for nearly 8 hours today. So yeah. Yeah, so anyway. So yeah. Hey Super Legend, how you doing? Great news, Super Legend. I got my power back. Here right now, there's a potential for 80% chance of SVA in southeastern North Dakota, parts of South Dakota, and far western Minnesota. Under a threat for severe weather later this afternoon. That's good, yeah. I mean, it was a long day for me. So a severe weather watch is likely up in this area for sometime between now and 5:15 p.m. Central Time. So, I mean, I'm not doing EAS anymore, as you all know. I am not doing EAS anymore. So yeah, but I'm still gonna mention what's going on with the potential watches. Yeah, Pirate in the background. Yeah, I saw. Yeah. Meanwhile, right now we have a threat for severe weather in southeastern North Dakota. Well, a slight risk in a few states. Excuse me. So, parts of South Dakota, Nebraska, North Dakota, Minnesota. Under a slight risk for today, with two marginals further south. So, there's a tornado threat, a 5% tornado risk, and a 2%. And the black dashed area here is the highest potential for EF1 tornadoes or stronger today. There's the highest potential for EF1 tornadoes or stronger is in the black dashed area right now for today and tonight. So, and then going to the day 2, we have pretty much the same area being affected, with areas further easting into it too. So, 2%. So they see the tornado risk for tomorrow, 2%. They see the wind threat for tomorrow. Yellow is the 15%, and the brown is the 5% wind risk tomorrow, and the yellow is again 15% hail risk, and the brown is the 5%. The black dashed area is the highest potential for 2-inch hail or larger within the black dashed area. For tomorrow. And then for Friday, the outlook for Friday, with even a significant severe weather risk possible. You're playing on Xbox, nice. So, this is the day 4 outlook, by the way. They already have a severe weather risk for northeast Montana and western North Dakota for Saturday. Day 4 is Saturday. Okay? And then nothing for day 5, 6, 7, 8. Nothing yet for that, but subject to change, of course. So, yeah. One sec. Hold on. So, yeah, hold on. So, yeah. Your Nintendo 2DS ISA is arriving tomorrow. Nice. That's nice. So yeah. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on, I'm still waiting for something to load here. Come on. So, yeah, so we got storms flaring up in the plains right now. So, yeah. And so, come on. Hold on, my computer's being a little slow right now. Hold on. Just bear with me. Alright, so as you all know, SPC Convector Outlook filled in for me for both days 1 and 2 outlooks because today because of the power outage and but I'll probably do a fire weather outlook later. But we'll see. I mean, I've been busy. It's been a long day for me, so we'll see. But I'll probably wait till tomorrow to do a fire weather outlook video. Additionally, I'm having a short notice. This is short notice, but I'm having a premiere tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm having a premiere tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So, yeah. Come on. Hold on. Hi, Andy. How you doing? Hold on, I need to reply to a comment real quick. Hold on. Alright. So basically, I had a power outage today that lasted from 6:18 a.m. until 2:07 p.m. So nearly 8 hours. The power is out for nearly 8 hours today. So yeah, it's been a long day for me. So yeah. So it was my first prolonged power outage in years. It was the first time I lost power for that long in years. I mean, it was a very what I'm looking for weird day today. Oh man, no power for you. That stinks. But thankfully, my power's back now. You can see my power's back again. My power came back on at 2:07 p.m. today. But it sucked having the outage because it was yeah. So yeah, it's just been so yeah. So yeah, it's been You remember when you lost power during the blackout of 2003? You and your parents were back and forth using a battery power radio, listening into WCBS 880 and 1010 Wings for updates. Yeah, I think I read something about the blackout in 2003. I think I read something about the blackout in 2003. I mean, honestly, I don't even remember if I was affected, by the 2003 blackout because, you know, I was only 2 years old in 2003. I was only 2 years old in 2003. There's really no way I could have remembered if I was affected or not. But it was, I don't know. I was only 3 years old when, you know, when that 2003 blackout occurred. Good idea, and that's why AM radio and radio in general is helpful. In general is helpful, especially battery powered radio. That's true. It's very true. It's very true. So yeah. Alright. My phone's losing battery again. So I'm gonna hop off. Y'all. So hope everyone has enjoyed the stream. It's been fun chatting with y'all. Because I need to decompress for a little bit. So anyway, I'm gonna hang up now. So hope everybody's a great rest of your day, and I will see you all in the next. I might see some of you at least some of you at my premiere tonight. So anyway, have a great rest of your day, y'all. Take care.